Successfully hold on to second. Aaron Spangler third, Rob Gallagher fourth, Tyler DeLong fifth, Heath Dry sixth, Keelan Matthews in seventh, and William Valdez credited with position number 8. We're halfway through the heats for the Friesen Performance IMC Northern Sport Mods. 2 in and 2 to go. Heat race number 3 here at the Showdown, presented by Toast Construction. 43 from Tucson, that's Jet Ayers, and the 11, Brad Hallen, representing, let's see, was it Chandler? I believe it was Chandler. It says nothing there, but we did some Facebook stalking to figure out where he lives. 54, Jerry Elliott out of Riverside. The 54 will start third. Jalen McEwen out of Tucson. The 2J starts fourth. Eric Weinmiller, your track champion here this year. The 44 from Casa, Grande, grids up fifth. Taylor Cool, last night's winner, 2023 Lady Eagle champion. The 2K, originally out of Cave Creek, now living in Ames, Iowa, starts 6th. Shannon Barton out of Yuba City, California, starts 7th in the 91. And your National Rookie of the Year and state champion here in Arizona, you've got the 75 from Levine, Tyler Johnson. Eric Barraza will bring up the tail of the field out of Phoenix in car number 14. So 9 cars going the distance for 8 laps. We've got 2 heat races left for the Sport Mods, and then it'll be a pair of heat races for both Sunoco IMCA stock cars and Sunoco IMC hobby stocks. 1 single B main. It'll be the top 8 transfer out of that. Looking like it's still going to be 10 laps for the B mains, for all B mains. 1 with the top 8 going for the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds, and a pair of them with the top 4 transferring for the Friesen Performance IMC Northern Sport Mods. Want to welcome everybody on our Facebook and YouTube live look-in, courtesy of our friends at My Race Pass. Here, the second night of the Showdown, presented by Toast Construction here at Central Arizona Raceway in Casa Grande, Arizona. This is heat race number 3 for the Friesen Performance IMC Northern Sport Mods. Jeff Ayers, Brad Hallen, that is your front row, set to go green. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out, and this one is rocking and rolling.
First driver to lead them off into 1 and 2. That's going to be Jet Ayers, but he's got a challenger. It's the 44, Eric Weinmiller. From 5th up to 2nd. Not done yet, as he'll go from 5th to the race lead. Weinmiller trying to keep it here through 3 and 4 as they come down the front straightaway. He'll lead lap number 1, as it's going to be Weinmiller pacing the way with the 71 and Brad Hallen in tow.
Weinmiller, we mentioned the track champion here in 2024, but it was an impressive second as the 43 getting out of sorts. Jet Ayers trying to keep it under control, and looks like he's got his sea legs underneath them, and we're going to stay green. Meanwhile, Taylor Cool in the 2K is up to second after starting this one in 6th. Winner of the 2024 Iron Cup at Park Jefferson International Speedway in Jefferson, South Dakota. Mentioned she was an Lady Eagle champion back in 2023. She won the Saturday portion of this event last year. She's running in 2nd as the National Rookie of the Year in this division. Tyler Johnson is going to overtake Brad Hallen for position number 3 in car number 75. Johnson finished 5th in the feature last night.
Johnson on the march towards the front, as well as he'll move up into that 3rd spot. See if he can get something a little bit closer here to the front, as he is 2.7 seconds off the back bumper of last night's feature winner, Taylor Cool, the 2K machine. Trying to run down Eric Weinmiller. It's 1.1 seconds from 1st to 2nd. Then again, it's Tyler Johnson, Brad Hallen, and Jalen McEwen. That is your top 5 as they run around the racetrack, as Taylor Cool starting to reel in your race leader, this time under a second. And it is now down to 8/10. A couple of lap cars up in front might play a factor here for the battle for the race lead.
Yeah, it's going to be the 14 of Barraza and the 43 of Ayers. And yeah, lap after lap, Taylor Cool cinching it ever so tight. That distance between herself and the race leader, Eric Weinmiller. She's running out of time as the white flag is going to be waving from the flag stand this trip around the 3/8 mile clay oval. Eric Weinmiller 4 corners away from the heat race victory.
Weinmiller takes it up to the middle point of the high line there in 1 and 2, down the back straightaway. Clear sailing ahead. Got a lap car just now entering turns 3 and 4. Should not be a factor here as Wine Miller started in position number 5. He'll pick up the checkered flag first in Sport Mod Heat number 3 to Cool. Taylor Cool going to finish in that runner-up position. Third will go to Tyler Johnson, Brad Hall, and Jalen McCune, Shannon Barton, Jerry Elliott, Eric Bazara, and Jet Ayers, the top 9.
Well, one more to go, Tanner, as this is Ben Dethridge and Tanner Schmidt with IMCA TV. Again, if you're looking at this live look-in, whether on Facebook or YouTube, courtesy of our friends My Race Pass, make sure you let us know where you're tuning in from, and thank our friends at My Race Pass by either hashtagging or doing the @ symbol in hard tag. I guess you could say that, hard tagging them. But we appreciate you. You haven't missed much of the action. We've still got lots of heat races left. Go on to IMCA TV and order your viewing pass for the rest of the night, heck, for the rest of the weekend if you can, because we've got a whole nother night of action tomorrow as you see that gorgeous sunset here in Casa, Grande, Arizona.
Seat number 4 making their way around the racetrack here. It'll be Jeremy Smith, the 27 out of Vail, your pole sitter. Lupe Gomez out of Phoenix, the 7KO lineup outside. Scott Francoeur out of Santan Valley, the 75F inside of row number 2. Cameron Spangler out of Dove Creek, Colorado, the 216. Crystal Hemphill out of Yuma in the OOT inside row 3. Joey Jock out of Mesa, 79JL lineup topside. Rex Halsey out of Santan Valley, the 06. Then it'll be George Frunsman Jr. out of Surprise, Arizona, the 41JR. And Andy Clower out of Levine, the 25, tonight's final starter in the final heat for your Sport Mods. Again, top 16 is what we're looking for in the passing points here for the Sport Mods. Lights have gone out as we get set to go. 8 more trips around. Jeremy Smith and Lupe Gomez, your front row as they go through the DRD Graphics restart zone, and green flag up in the air here for heat number 4.
Well, 27 of Jeremy Smith trying to make his first feature of the Showdown presented by Toast Construction this weekend as Cameron Spangler goes around the outside, the 2019 New Mexico Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mod champion, trying to win the drag race. In the 27 of Jeremy Smith, we talked about Dylan Jones and Jeremy Smith, those two drivers, a lot of experience on the pavement, a lot of success, and trying to have that transfer over here on the dirt. As right now, Cameron Spangler, the Dove Creek, Colorado racer, is going to lead lap number 1, and the same case for lap number 2.
Top 4 going to break away from your field just a little bit as it's Cameron Spangler, Scott Francoeur, Jeremy Smith, and Joey Jock. Top 4's got a little bit of a separation here back to new 5th place runner Andy Clower. Started there in the last spot. He has worked his way up as caution going to come on out. Got some debris over here just as they enter turn number 1.
Yeah, looks like possibly a bumper. And looks like Lupe Gomez minus a bumper in the 7K. So we have 2 laps scored complete. Cameron Spangler's upcoming DRD Graphics restart. They'll remove that piece of material from the racetrack. Scott Francoeur holding down 2nd. Jeremy Smith is 3rd. 4th, Joey Jock. Andy Clower, the 25, was the last car to show up. Started dead last in this race. Didn't see Clower for the practice on Thursday. Wasn't with us last night. Lupe Gomez is scored in 6th. George Franzman Jr. Crystal Hemphill not with us last night, the racer out of Yuma, and you see her at a lot of different places, whether it's in the Midwest or in the Pacific Northwest or in California. Obviously, races a bit here in her native state of Arizona. She's actually a former state champion. She won the state championship last year in 2023. Rex Hazley rounded up the restart order with 6 to run. Delaware double file. The leader, Cameron Spangler from Southwest Colorado, gets us back underway here in the 4th and final heat race for the Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mods.
Spangler takes the field to 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Here comes Joey Jock. He's got a nice run Actually, correction, that's going to be Scott Francoeur. He's got to run up to the back bumper of your race leader of Spangler. Back there is Clower, not done yet as he'll go side by side, much like the race lead up front. We got racing all over this racetrack from first back on towards the tail, top to bottom. As they motor on down the back straightaways. Here comes Clower, started last, once third, as he's trying to get all he can get and maybe hopefully set himself into the main event here tonight.
Yeah, Clower's showing some good movement here in the blue 25 entry. Started dead last, and right now is a +5. Would like to make it a +6 as Scott Francoeur is making a little noise behind the 216 of Cameron Spangler. Battle for the race lead starting to shape up, but it seems like just when that's about to happen, things kind of break up a little bit, and the leader is able to get just a decent run.
Got a little bit of an accordion. Second place will get up to the back bumper. Race leader will start to scoot away like we're seeing right now. As there's the little rebound to the accordion. As you've got Clower still not done yet. He's going to go back to work on the 27's back bumper. That's Jeremy Smith. He's trying to make that pass for position number 3. We'll go nose to tail, the closest battle out on the racetrack. Everybody right now in 1 and 2 entering through that upper middle groove is Clower. He'll drop the nose on exit. And here we go, side by side, 25-27. Jeremy Smith in third, Andy Clower. Once that spot is white flag, one more lap to go for Cameron Spangler.
Yeah, the driver is running first and second, 10th and 11th in last night's main event, respectively. Cameron Spangler would love to crack off a top 5 and do better than P10 tonight. The Dove Creek, Colorado racer leads him in a 3, coming out of turn number 4, and will be first to the checkered flag. Cameron Spangler, your winner of Heat 4 for the Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mod. Scott Francoeur second. Andy Clower will be credited with third with an impressive +6. It'll be Jeremy Smith fourth, Joey Jock, Rex Hazley, Crystal Hemphill, Lupe Gomez, and George Franzman Jr. finishing 9th. Spangler getting the job done. That's going to do it for the Friesen Performance IMCA Northern Sport Mods. I didn't see what happened with Franzman, but my goodness, the right front of that 41 junior all towed out. So they're going to get him hooked up as we're set for our first of 2 Sunoco IMCA stock car heat races. Be sure, if you're watching this live look in, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook, visit IMCA TV to watch the rest of tonight's exciting and action-packed program here live at Central Arizona Raceway in Casa, Grande, Arizona for the Showdown presented by Toast Construction. I guarantee you it's well worth the money, and you will not be disappointed. That's simply IMCA TV. We're going to give you a couple of more freebies, but IMCA TV, it's where America comes to watch racing. Heat race number 1 for the Sunoco IMCA stock cars will grid up like this. Jesse Johnson out of Levine in car number 7 inside pole. Andy Soul in the 20. Saw him in a sport mod last night. In his stock car this evening from Queen Creek starts outside front row. Then you've got starting in third in the 14 entry. That is Jake Gerardo in the number 14 from Tucson. San Jose, California's Rob Gallagher in the X will start fourth. Jesse Tejas from Tucson in the 525th. Matt Crafton was not in this race car last night. Originally out of Tulare, California, now calling Mooresville, North Carolina home in the 46X. Josh Kane from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, the 3J starts 7th. Carlos Barraza from Phoenix in the 85 is 8th in the lineup. And Speedy Madrid, a part of that Racing Madrid family, car number 15 from Phoenix. 9 cars, 8 laps, heat race number 1 of 2. Jesse Johnson is paired up with Andy Soul. Last year, the Sport Mod champion at Dusa Club's Thunder Raceway in Show Low, Jesse Johnson. As the green flag comes out, and stock car action is officially underway here at the Big House.
Everybody still side by side throughout much of your field. Jesse Johnson's going to be your early race leader. That 7 machine, he'll get a little shot to the shorts right there by Andy Soul. Soul trying to come on through, but watch that X car, Rob Gallagher on the outside as we got a couple cars around. It looks like not going to be able to make it through turn number 4. Right now still up under the green flag, and it looks like now caution flag will come out for these. Got the 46 of Crafton, the 520 of Jesse Tejas over there in the turn number 4.
Yeah, at first look, it looked like it was just some cosmetic damage to the 46X of Crafton. Might be a little bit more than that, as starting to steam a little bit out of the nostrils like a dragon, Matt Crafton.
Matt Crafton's luck still not going on the right side of the scales here up to this point in the showdown here. As last night didn't get able to make it for the modified heat races. It looks like we got a replay over here for those of you watching on IMCA TV and those at home. Drivers going there, and Crafton gets in there. Little contact there with Josh Kane. Just keeps him going around, and then there's no place here for the 520 to go as Crafton comes back down the racetrack, and a little side whammy right there.
Man, looking at Kane just carrying that speed, you could just see the hood just jumping up and down like a kangaroo on a trampoline there for a moment. Kane finished 5th in last night's main event, the runner out of Rio Rancho, New Mexico. We've got drivers, by the way, if you're on the fence still of whether or not purchasing the full event on IMCA TV, we've got drivers all over the state of Arizona, obviously. We've got California represented. We've got Nevada, New Mexico, Colorado, but we also have Wisconsin, Montana, North Dakota. Really well representation from Montana and North Dakota this year. We've got Missouri thrown in there, and you've got Crafton, who's technically North Carolina, and with Taylor Cool, technically Iowa. Really cool to see so many folks traveling. This is a big event. This is starting to become, a great fall special, a part of the Speedway Motors IMCA weekly racing program. And, of course, this is where the IMCA TV Winter Nationals is going to be, January 7th to the 18th. You make sure you want to be here for that as well. You can catch it all live on IMCA TV as Jesse Johnson going to lay down the hammer and get us back underway.
Johnson bring the field back to green. Here goes the side-by-side battle between Andy Soul and Rob Gallagher. Gallagher going to win that battle as he tried last time under that first green flag run. His one lap officially in the books. It's lap number 2 across the line. Got another car crossed up over there. That's going to be the 14 of Jacob Gerardo. See if he can get it going. It might be a little high-centered there on the berm, but green flag still in the air. Caution flag once again waving here for stock car heat number 1.
Yeah, tough break for Gerardo, and man, Rob Gallagher was getting the necessary run to try and overtake Jesse Johnson for the lead down the back straightaway. We're going to have another DRD graphics restart coming up here in just a moment. And looking at Speedy Madrid is currently running in 4th after starting 9th in the original grid. And the name of the game is passing, pass performance, right? That it's simply put. If you start in the back, finish up front as best as possible. If you start up front, you gotta finish up front. It's 5 points per positive overtake. If you lose spots, it's a drop of 1.5 points per position. So obviously a lot of calculations go into. Now for the stock cars and the hobby stocks as well as the mod lights, no B main for them, but for the modifieds and sport mods, top 16 get you in the big dance. Everyone else going to have to try and make it out of a B main as we get back underway.
Once again, green flag will fly. Gallagher gets a little too high and mighty there out of turn number 2. He'll drop a couple spots as Andy Soul able to go back into P2. Josh Kane taking advantage as well. He'll go to position 3. Jesse Johnson still leads. Gallagher, Soul, Kane, and Gallagher, top 4.
Yeah, Kane trying to find the run here in the 3 entry, but just not quite able to find the necessary space. Track has definitely changed quite a bit, Tanner, from our first heat race of the night, and just like last night, it's getting closer and closer, getting pushed up towards that outside retaining wall. Is Gallagher going to take a look? And again, we talked about it before the races began. The bottom can be just as good as the top when the top comes in.
They'll go off into 1. Everybody really migrating up the hill now, about a car length off of the wall. And early on here in the run, a couple early cautions have kind of killed the momentum of the X of Gallagher, but he was one of the first ones to find that outside line, made a couple passes, got up into 2nd at one point. Right now he'll trail the top 3. Is in 3rd, it's Kane, the car right in front of him. And now maybe a little bit of problem for your leader is Jesse Johnson off the pace, and now Soul and Kane go by as Johnson slow down the back straightaway.
Yeah, something similar we saw with Wes Meeks Jr. in the Sport Mods for his heat race. As the white flag's going to fly, Johnson gets in the infield. We're going to finish this one. Andy Soul looking really good. Has just got to hold on for a couple more corners.
Down the back straightaway, Soul leads that time by 0.4 of a second. So white flag lap here. Checkered coming on up side by side. Can't quite get it there. Andy Soul, Josh Kane, Rob Gallagher, Speedy Madrid, Carlos Barraza, Jesse Johnson. Again, unfortunately, the 14 of Jake Dorado and the 46X Matt Crafton not able to make the finish.
Well, this is it. This is our last Sunoco IMCA stock car heat race, and we're being told if you want to see more on Facebook or YouTube, say please, please more. But make sure you think My Race Pass, tag them, hashtag them. Just don't tag them with a can of spray paint, whatever you do. But we're going to keep the live looking going. But if you want more, you got to make some noise, and the powers that be will make it happen. Tanner Schmidt, my friend, what is this lineup here for Heat 2?
Ryan Peary, the 21P out of Wairika, California on the pole. Rob Mosley from Los Lunas, New Mexico, the M17 will line up outside. Mark Madrid Jr. out of Phoenix, the 115. And then Jason Berg out of Bismarck, North Dakota, the 46. Row number 3, that's Bo Partain out of Casa Grande in the 75C. And Don Irvin had a good run last night in the main event out of Globe, Arizona, the 1X. 21CZ, Cole Zarneski, Mitchell Ferguson, 21MF. Nice to see him back out here behind the wheel after, again, not able to make the main event last night, have the stomach bug or something, and like we stated a little bit earlier, Charles Baca had to pilot that race car.
A lot of good cars in this one. Zarneski, the winner of this race last year on the Saturday and Sunday portions. He was 4th last night, looking to open the winning account. Here's We Go Green. The powers that be, if you want live heats, drop in the comments. What is your favorite ice cream? And we might be able to give you more as Ryan Peary, a Claymaker on Rob Mosley for the top place position in the multi-time Wairika Speedway and Southern Oregon Speedway Freezer Performance IMC Northern Sport Mod Champ, trying to fend off the 2024 EQ Cylinder Head Southern Region Champion in Bo Partain. And Bo Par motoring his way underneath the 21P to get to the front, but they are not done, as my goodness, it's like Ollie and Frazier here at Casa Grande between Bo Partain and Ryan Peary. And Tanner, it's just a heat race.
You know, you wonder why they call it the Class 2 Tough to Tame. As you had, for the most part, a side-by-side battle for the race lead. Now 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. They're all stacked up nose to tail. It's down the front straightaway. Bo Partain still continues to lead. You've got Ryan Peary, 21P. He's got Mosley, Berg, Zarneski, and Irvin there lined up to the back bumpers. They go down the back straightaway. Also, again, last night's feature-winning car back there in the 21MF machine. Ferguson rounding out your field.
Yeah, Ferguson, the 2024 Arizona State Champion, also won the track championship here. But what a race between Jason Berg and Cole Zarneski. Zarneski winning the modified title for the state of Wisconsin and winning 2 championships at the same track, 141 Speedway in Francis Creek, Wisconsin, where he won in the stock car and the modified. He's trying to make a pass underneath Jason Berg. Berg picked up the championship at Dixon, North Dakota's Southwest Speedway, his only championship that he's earned that is not in the Mach 1 IMC Sport Compacts. They're going to go door-to-door and drag race down the back straightaway. We are 5 laps into this one. It is 3 to go. Make it 2 laps left to run. Bo Partain starting to leave the rest of the field in the distance.
Laps quickly winding down, and it is on for that 2nd spot. Peary trying to hold on. You got Mosley and Berg side by side, figure out who's going to be the first one to make a run at the driver in position 2. You've also got Zarneski up there as white flag will wave. 1 more lap to go as Partain across the line. It's timing and scoring going to give him a 2.3 second race lead. So now you've seen the driver there in that 2nd spot. Ryan Peary kind of pick it up just a little bit as he's got a cushion back to the side-by-side battle for 3rd and 4th. But out of turn, number 4. Heat 2 for the stock cars. It's going to go to the 75C. Bo Partain first across the line. Then this gaggle of drivers, they'll get it sorted out single file. So that'll be Ryan Peary finishing in the runner-up spot. Jason Berg, Cole Zarneski, Rob Mosley, the top 5. Don Irvin and Mitchell Ferguson. Your field.
All right, it's everyone's lucky day for you live look-inners, courtesy of My Race Pass. You get one more. The ice cream choices were just enough. Tanner, was there any? We should have put a disclaimer that it's got to be A, appropriate, and B, believable.
Kind of scrolling through here. We got granola. That is so far the least favorite on the board.
Okay. Brownie with some of that luscious chocolate, but it says moist in all caps. So, I mean, some countries that moist is like the most dreaded word in the English dictionary. All right, heat race number 1 of 2, Sunoco IMCA Hobby Stocks here at the Showdown, presented by Toast Construction, is going to have Joe Gallagher from San Jose, California. At one time lived in Manassas, Virginia in the 1X, starting inside pole. Braxton Eichelberger from Peoria in the 66B to his outside. Ricky Thornton Sr. out of Chandler in the 53 starts 3rd. Joe Peterson from Chandler as well in the 85 will start 4th. Hannah Miller, the 925 from Desert Hills, will start 5th. Steve Bidding Jr., last night's runner-up in the 2nd car, is going to start in position number 6. Rick Hughes Jr. from Santan Valley in the 42 starts 7th. Green flag, and we are underway. Green is out. It's going to be Gallagher with Eichelberger in the 66B. Eichelberger, 2006 champion at Prescott Valley Raceway in a modified. Trying to keep back the 1X. That is for position 1. And you've got Peterson in car number 85, former champion at the Old Canyon Speedway, looking to hold on or move into 2nd. Looks like he's got it, but thirsty for more. Getting underneath Joe Gallagher. Has a great race here in this first heat race. Peterson getting a little out of shape. And here comes Bidding, kind of picking up from where he left off last night and just kind of coming out of nowhere and is able to contend for some wins.
A sneaky runner-up finish last night for that driver of the 2nd car in the 2nd place. That is Steve Bidding Jr. as he'll try to run down Joe Peterson. The 85 machines planted that car at the front of the field. Get a nice run down the front straightaway. He's got the car up into the wall here as everybody gets back under fire. That'll be Joe Gallagher in the 1X machine as up front. Still a great battle for the race lead as we saw last night. Bidding can get there. He couldn't find a way around last night's feature winner. We'll see if Joe Peterson puts up just as much as a fight as this time. Still nose to tail down the front straightaway as Peterson continues to lead over Bidding.
Peterson, the 2019 Canyon Speedway Park Track champion in this division, but he's got the Katie and Eugene Altabrin own number 2ND. 2nd last night, trying to be 2nd no more. Managed to pick up several wins here, including November 16th. The most recent bout of action before the Showdown presented by Toast Construction. So he's got some laps here and has had success without the walls and with the walls here at Central Arizona Raceway, trying to run and gun down the 85 of Joe Peterson.
He had a shot that last time through 1 and 2. We'll see if he can continue with this time. Down the front straightaway they go. It is 0.2 of a second. So far, Peterson just quicker by about 1/10 of a second on the stopwatch. It's down the back straightaway they will run. Top 2 separated by a car length. This time is running out. And here we go. Now they're going to be separated by about a bumper. White flag going to come up in the air. One more lap to go. Can Peterson hold on, or will Bidding maybe try to make a run at this like he did the night ago?
Well, Peterson was very fast last night, and even though it shows 8th place in the finishing order, he spun out. There was no caution for it and went from about 12th all the way to 8th, an open racetrack with huge gaps to overcome, and they're trying to bounce back in a big way, and it's going to be Joe Peterson winning heat race number 1 and 2 for the Sunoco IMCA Hobby Stocks. Steve Bidding Jr. is 2nd, Braxton Eichelberger 3rd, Hannah Miller, your track champion here last year in the 925, will finish 4th. Ricky Thornton Sr. 5th. Rick Hughes Jr. 6th. Joe Gallagher will finish in 7. Well, for those of you looking in our My Race Pass live looking, whether it was YouTube or Facebook, we hope you enjoyed it, but we hope that you go on to IMCA TV, order your viewing pass for the rest of tonight, and while you're on it, order your viewing pass for tomorrow's finale here at the Showdown, presented by Toast Construction here at Central Arizona Raceway in Casa, Grande, Arizona, and you can watch all the action live on IMCA TV. That's IMCA TV, where America comes to watch racing.
Heat number 2 making their way down the back straightaway here. The final heat for your hobby stock. Scott Bernard's the 9M out of Phoenix, Arizona, your pole sitter. And from Chandler, it's Darren Biggs in the 69. Paul O'Connor, the 79 out of Surprise, Arizona. Mark Franz from